Today we're doing daily pregnancy pelvic floor exercises to help you prepare for an easier birth and faster recovery after your delivery. My goal is to get you back to a place where you're not having any leaking when you sneeze or jump after you have your baby as soon as possible. These exercises are also helpful if you have a prolapse and are specifically designed to reduce your risk of prolapse after your delivery. I will use a birth ball or a chair for the very last move, but I will give a modification if you don't have one available. The exercises alone will activate your pelvic floor muscles, and some exercises are shown to activate your pelvic floor muscles even more effectively than a Kegel. However, if it's safe for you and you wanted to add a pelvic floor contraction or Kegel to the exercise, you can imagine a blueberry at the opening of your vagina, and as you exhale, lifting it in and up during the exercise. It's also just as important on the inhale to fully release your pelvic floor and relax at the bottom to avoid getting a hypertonic or tight pelvic floor. We can also think of every exercise as a core exercise. As we exhale, you want to draw in your belly, pulling your baby to spine, just like Liv is showing us in this picture here. Let's start by taking a couple of breaths. We can bring our hands to our rib cage, and as we inhale, keeping your shoulders relaxed, expand 360 degrees around, and then exhale, pull your baby in. Good. Inhale again. Exhale, pull your baby in. We can move to all fours. We'll continue that breath, doing cat and cow. Exhale, pulling your baby in, rounding out. Inhale, moving into cow pose, tilting your tailbone up. Exhale, rounding out. Inhale, looking up. And one more time, pulling your baby in, rounding out. Coming back to a neutral spine. Let's tuck our toes, and on an exhale, pulling your baby in. We can hover. If this feels like too much, you can just dig your knees into the ground while you pull your baby in. Inhale, lowering your knees. Exhale, lifting your knees off or digging them into the mat. Inhale, release. Option to add a pelvic floor contraction. Lift and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing it down. Good. Let's come up onto our knees. We're going to hinge at our hips and then point our sit bones back towards the back of our mat, sitting down and then coming back up again. Good. Exhale, sitting back. Inhale, up. Continue with your breath. Last one here. Good, let's stay high, and we're going to tilt our pelvis under and then anterior pelvic tilt back and forth. Exhale, pull your baby in. Inhale, untuck. One more. Good, release. We can come down onto our side now. Exhale, lower down, nice and safe here. Let's stack our hips on top of each other and then lengthen out our feet so they're slightly ahead of our body. You can use your top hand to support you. We're gonna lift our top leg up and we can flex it And on an exhale, it pulses forward twice and then reaches back. We're gonna try not to rock our hips. Last one. Good. Let's cross over our top knee here. We're gonna work our adductors of our lower leg, which is part of the pelvic floor that's often forgotten. Let's lift it up, lowering down. Good. You can add a pelvic floor contraction here as well in your exhale. And let's hold, pulsing here. Releasing it down. Good. You can roll over. I'm going to switch to the other side this way. Let's stack our hips, straightening our legs out, lifting your top leg, pulse forward, reach back. Connecting with your breath again. Last one. Good. We can bring our top leg down in front of us, setting up for our inner thigh work here, lifting up, lowering down. Lift, hold, pulsing here. Good, releasing it down. Let's come back up to a seated position. We can take a wide-legged forward fold. Really release through your pelvic floor here. It's just as important to relax and be able to release as it is to find the strength. We can stretch side to side. Exhale, coming up. Let's come up to a standing position, however you can get up. We're gonna do a mini air squat here. Let's inhale on the way down, and then exhale, pull your baby in, option to Kegel on the way up. Inhale down, exhale, up, good. Last one. Good. Now we're going to lift one knee as we exhale, pulling our baby into spine. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, option to add Kegel as we lift. Lots to think about if you're doing it correctly. Last one. Good. If you have a ball or a chair, you can go ahead and grab that now. I'm gonna sit on my ball and roll down, or you can just put your shoulders on the edge of a couch or a chair. Walk yourself out if you're on a ball. We're gonna lower our hips, engaging our glutes. Exhale, pulling your baby in as you lift. Inhale down, exhale, squeeze and lift. Good, continue with your own breath. Good, and we can roll back up again. You can place your ball or your chair away. So option 2, either move into a yogi squat here. Your heels can pop off if they do, or alternatively, you could do legs up the wall with a block so that you're not lying flat on your back. So placing a block near to the wall. And then you can scoot yourself over on your side and then roll over onto the block, placing your feet in the air. So wherever you are in yogi squat or legs up the wall, fully release through your pelvic floor. Take a few deep breaths. If you've got your feet up on the wall, you can bend your knees, finding even more length in your pelvic floor. When you're ready, you can release out of your yogi squat or rolling on to your side again. Safely come up to a seated position. With consistency, you should really be able to feel the strength grow in your pelvic floor. If you're not sure if you're doing pelvic floor contractions correctly, I will link to another video right there. If you're enjoying these videos and you want to support me, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.